our next game. We're getting ready for our next qualifying match, another best of 5. And what the hell? I was expecting this to be a TvT. I'll be honest. Cure is out. Cure is out. We have instead a TvP spawning in the top left-hand corner of Ruby Rock. We have the South Korean Terran player. We have the Red Terran representing Team Falcons. It is Bunny. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Blue Protoss player. We have the Blue Protoss. We have the South Korean Protoss representing Streamer Zone. It is SOS. I'll fix up the player names. Hold on. Filters. There we go. Whew, but here we go, and if you're in the chat, predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. It is Gamba time. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series, on who you think will advance on and qualify for the RSL. Very quickly here, Trigger, he just qualified. He has made it through into the main event. If you're a fan of Rogue, do not worry, because he is knocked down to the bronze match. Remember, there is a third place match. The loser of this series plays against Rogue. The winner of this series qualifies as well. This is the upper qualifying match. Exclamation mark be in the chat if you guys want to have a look at it yourselves. But this is the second qualifying match, the second best of 5. Bunny versus SOS. Crazy, Bunny, crazy. Again, I was 100% expecting Cure, right? Like Cure, he was favored. Cure, he should, like, Cure, he's one of the best Terrans in the world. Like Cure, he should be here. He should be making it through, but no. What the hell happened, right? That's what I want to know. What happened in Cure versus SOS? What happened in that series? We might get a glimpse. We might get a glimpse of that as Bunny does open up double gas. Double gas opener out of Bunny, going for a faster factory. Delayed CC out of our Terran. Going for the delayed CC. A more tech-heavy start. And again, like, we didn't really see anything too crazy out of SOS this morning. Remember, SOS, he played in the Americas qualifier. We casted him. We casted SOS, and there was nothing too wild going on there. But, yeah, curious to see what he brings to the table here for the Korean qualifier. Of course, Toss will win. Well, coming into this, I do have high hopes of Bunny. I mean, I'm a bit of a Bunny fan. True. I will admit the bias is real. But Bunny, he did take down Showtime, what was it, 2 weeks ago in War TV Monday? Bunny, he won his first War TV Monday period, just for the first time. That was a couple of weeks ago. That was over Showtime. And I want to say, did Bunny beat Max? Let me just double check. I know he beat Showtime, but just double checking his results. His other TvP result. Matches. So Bunny does dip forward here with his Reaper Hellion. Looking for economic damage. Can he get past? Can he rush past here? For now, just dipping his toes in. There is a shield battery. There is that battery so far. SOS does hold. And let's see, who was it? Let's have a look here. He Showtime, he beat SOS. Oh, very nice force field. SOS, he does shut down the attempted dive into the main, and the Reaper Heli is completely cleaned up. Oh my god. There we get a couple of heli volleys in the mineral line, but alas, SOS shuts this down completely. Defends well. It does defend well. The opener here for Bunny was not worth it. Building up into this Reaper Hellion, didn't kill anything. And with that, SOS holds. Now behind this, SOS, what is that tech of choice? Robo opener. No Twilight Council. No Council, no Stargate, going for the Robo. We're going full 2021. Is this Robo into Bay into Fast Colossus? This is a Colossus opener? It's been a couple of years since this has been around. The initial Prism is on the way. SOS does move out, gaining map control. Does find the medevac. Denies the Widowmine drop. And this should lead into a fast Bay. Yeah, there it is. There's the base. So again, Robo opener into Fast Colossus. If you remember, this used to be all the craze. This was around 2021, 2022 era of StarCraft, back when 3-rack stim timings were popular. This was back in Site Delta, the Site Delta map pool. Cure was very fond of 3-racks, and because we would be seeing so much 3-racks and so many early stim timings, a way to shut down Mass Marine was to rush into a Fast Colossus. And once you got your first Colossus up and running, you would shut down those stim timings and shut down the bio. That was back when this kind of build build was the most prevalent, but it's been a while since this has been really in the meta. If you remember back then, we were also playing around a little bit with Colossus drop play as well in both PvT and PvZ. We'd open up Robo, Prism, Bay, Colossus, and go for the drop across the map. Australia was very fond of it, as you can imagine. Like Australia, Nina, a lot of the NA Protosses, and a couple of the Koreans would mix it in as well. Yeah, with that, the Colossus is on the way. Bunny, he's just chilling back at home, trying to build up. So far, there's no major signs of aggression here. As in his 3-1-1 setup, we have Stim on the way, combat shields. Something that's a little bit off is... Oh, no, there it is. I was going to say there's no +1, but +1 has begun as well. So Bunny's just building up back at home. There's still a chance he throws down extra Raxes and commits into a 2-base all-in. There's still a chance. As SOS is trying to keep tabs on Bunny. Gets 2 SCVs, picks up, pulls away. And just keeping Bunny busy. Not just keeping him busy, but also scouting what's going on. So he wants to get eyes on any additional Raxes, on any boy pool as well. Remember, we're loading into Ruby Rock. Ruby Rock has a much smaller map, or is a much smaller map, a shorter rush distance. Bunny does move out. Catching at the Observer. He boosted for this as well. Like the Observer will go down. Snipes the Observer. Stim is done. And here comes everything. Bunny, he rallies across the map. Back at home, there's already 1 Colossus, soon to be 2. Again, this move out, going to be running into 2 Colossus. I don't really see it doing much damage. It depends on the siege. Nice armor shred. Okay. Armor shred connects with everything. SOS has to pull away. Has to pull back, but he has control of the ramp. 2nd Colossus has arrived. We have a 3rd Colossus in production, and there it is, 3rd command center. No boy pool, no 2-base all-in. Prism recalls in time. And Bunny, he is forced to embrace a longer mid-game. And SOS, he's gotten away with a lot here. Double Twilight Council, I feel like is a bit of a mistake. No shot he wants to get like Blink and Charge at the same time, right? Like I don't know if it's quite necessary for that. We'll see. I don't want to rule it out with SOS. Like I don't want to rule it out. Ooh. Once again, there the anti-armor missile does connect. Does shred the armor. Tanks it within range of the Cyber Core. And nice pick off, bearing in mind there's no charge. Charge begins. And Bunny cannot engage, not without Zealot legs. Sorry, I meant to say SOS can't engage. Not without charge. At the same time, Prism does warp into the main base. Yo, we got the slow lot warp in. The slow lots are coming, Pat. God, no. Meanwhile, tanks are slowly pushing forward as well. Getting within range of the first Twilight Council. Oh, it was a bait. True. And again, nice Zealot run by here. Oh, sorry, nice Zealot warp in. But again, charge is just so heavily delayed. SOS cannot break out. As charge is almost done. See if he can break out as Bunny is making... Oh, he's going to be reinforcing with 4 more Vikings. Going to have 8 Vikings in total. Likewise, he can shred the armor once again. As he sims in. It doesn't forward. Did I shot? No shot! 12 seconds? 12 seconds away. Charge doesn't finish. Without charge, again, he cannot break out. Oh, it's going to be so much more difficult. Oh, like he was setting up for the surround as well. No charge. Ay, ay, ay. Bunny's moving in. Can he get the tank within range of the Twilight Council and just deny it? Just he's within range. But there we go. Council is repowered. Bunny does stim in. He wants that Council. He's not going to get it. He's not going to get it in time. And charge does finish just barely. And he commits in. He commits in for the surround. Yeah, Bunny sends forward. There's the auto turrets. Auto turret gets thrown down. Nice spread here. The Zealous will fall. Vikings, they just go to town on the Colossus. And with that, Bunny is done. And Bunny is done. He has broken SOS. SOS tries to pull away. Final Colossus falls. Army sims in, and there's nothing remaining here. It just took too long for SOS to break out. Far too long. GG gets called, and Bunny takes game number 1. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Bunny takes the lead in the series. Again, a really awkward and interesting build here by SOS is what I will say. Going for a robo opener into Colossus, he got away with it. He got away with it, but his Twilight Council was very late. Later than it needed to be. So late Twilight Council, late charge, late upgrades. Because of that, he just could not collapse on the tanks, could not collapse and engage with the army, couldn't break out. He was just stuck on 3 bases. He was just contained for far too long until it was broken. GG. GG, well played. Until he was broken. And with that, Bunny takes a lead. Bunny does take a lead here, and now we're going to be loading into Game 2. Game 2 is going to be on Title Citadel. Let's go. Loading into that second game. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Title Citadel, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the the red Terran, as I have to adjust the in-game names. We have the red Terran player for Team Falcons. It is Bunny. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the South Korean Protoss player, the blue Protoss for Streamer Zone. It is SOS. Okay. Do apologize for the blunder in the intro. I have to set up the player name. Un momento. Ha! Almost. The filters. Man, beautiful. Okay, we're good. Good to go. There aren't many players that actually play on barcodes. SOS is one of them. I know that Ryung, he also plays on a barcode as well. He actually casts on a barcode. Esther Ryung. I think Hero as well. I think Hero on the America server is on a barcode. But yeah, every now and then, gotta fix it up. It's all good. For now, we're going to be settling in. We do have our gate expand out of SOS. And I'm curious to see what kind of tech we go for this time. Again, it was surprising, it was shocking to see SOS go for a robo opener. And I don't want to say that was a reason for his downfall. Like, no, he got his robo up, he got his Colossus up, he defended against the first push, the first attack. He was doing well for himself, but again, he did, I want to say the Twilight Council just slipped his mind. He just forgot it. He had the money for it much earlier. He had the money for it, didn't get it. Charge, never finished, or finished at the very end of the game. Couldn't be active. But it's okay. We can shake it off. We can get into game number 2. Oh boy. Now once again, welcome to Title Citadel. Title Citadel is one of the more quirky maps of the map. Pool is often vetoed, but it's a best of 5. Right? Best of 5, so limited vetoes are available. Or vetoes are limited. The goal base is a big factor here. Traditionally, I would say that this map favors Protoss if they can gain map control. This goal base is a big part of that. It is very common for Protoss players to contain Terran players in a longer later game, claim the goal base, and have a boosted economy. But we'll see if the game lasts that long. Meanwhile, big shout out to Babylings. Thank you so much for the raid. Hope you had a great stream. Welcome back. Hope you had a great stream. Hope you had a great ladder session. Hope you had a great time. Bienvenidos, welcome one and all to the RSL qualifiers. We were live with the Americas qualifier earlier, but now we are here. We're live with the Korean qualifier. This is the second qualifying match. We just wrapped up with Rogue versus Trigger, and Trigger did advance on into RSL, and now this is the second qualifying match of the broadcast, and there is one more qualifying match after this as well. It's going to be Bunny versus SOS, and then the loser of this series plays against Rogue. So if you want some Rogue action, that will be later on in the evening. That'll be after this best of 5. So we got some Zerg gameplay later on. True. Meanwhile, we do see that SOS, he does delay his tech. He's going for a 3-gate opener. Okay, a very aggressive setup here by SOS. There's a bit of a give and take here. On the one hand, he will have some extra warp pins. The other hand, though, late blink, late Twilight Council. The army does try to rush in, though. Does make it through. Does make it through. Force field was not good enough. Reaper, they bust into the mineral line, and probes are going down. Oh my god. They line up. They line up for the Hellion shots. 4, 5. Can we get 6? Can we get 6 probes? We can. 6 probes go down. Critical damage. And remember, last game, SOS had such a clean defense. He shut down the Reaper Hellion, and this time 6 probes do fall. So nice damage here by Bunny. Now, this wasn't just damage, it was also scouting. What did he see? He saw all 3 gates. He saw the 3-gate opener, he saw the lack of tech, lack of pylon, lack of anything else as we claim a 3rd base behind this. Jesus. This is kind of wild. Now, typically a 3-gate opener is indicative of aggression because you have extra warpins and extra units, and it foregoes any kind of tech. But we go for a 3-gate opener into a 3rd base, very fast 3rd, but there's nothing to work with. Like, there's a massive window in time here where there's no blink, there's no charge, there's nothing to threaten Bunny. Bunny can respond with greed, or he can even be aggressive here as well. We'll see. It's on Bunny. It's going to be on Bunny. For now, Bunny, he did scout the 3rd, so he's aware of the faster 3rd. He's aware of the base, he's aware of the late tech. Bunny's building up. I wouldn't be opposed to Bunny even throwing down 2 more Raxes. He already has a starport though. Yeah, he already has a starport. I was gonna say I wouldn't be opposed to seeing him throw down 2 more Raxes, get into Stim, combat shields, and then just commit on 2 bases. But he already did invest into the starport, so we're investing into further tech here. This time, charge is not forgotten. True. Charge is on the way. Human centipede. Yes, it went full circle. Full circle. Oh, no. Not like this. As the medevac does survive. Gets 1 shot off. So far, just killing 1 probe. So far, kills 1. Bunny's still building up into Stim. Combat shields, +1 is also on the way. He's got his 1 eBay here at the natural. And SOS is getting to a very mass gateway composition here. No gases at the natural or the 3rd base, just mass charge, mass zealots, mass gateways. +1 armors on the way as well to help out with their zealots, to help out with the charge lots. And even setting up for the gold. We spoke about this at the start of the game, but typically Title Sigil does favor Protoss players in the mid-game, as it is common for the Protoss to claim the gold base. And SOS is heading in that direction. Bunny now breaks out. And he gets spotted. Does get spotted by the hallucination. Bunny has to be careful. There's going to be a lot of zealots waiting for him. I would almost say that it'd be unwise to move out like this. Auto tower harass into the main. So far, there are 15 zealots. Decent positioning. Does try to push in. So far, going to be forced to kite back. Tanks will go down. And SOS he holds. Yeah, SOS he holds. He cleans up all the tanks. Shuts down the army. And this was not worth it for Bunny. Again, just far too many zealots. At the same time, we do have another mine drop, but it doesn't get much done. And now SOS is free to expand. There it is. There's the 4. So SOS, he shut down the army, shut down the move out. He can claim his 4th base, get into the gold minerals, and just overwhelm from here. Bunny's in trouble. I think he's in trouble back. He's forced back home. He still needs to be active. He cannot allow this gold base to get up and running. He knows it. And thankfully for Bunny, where's SOS? SOS, he's distracted catching a Raven. Like, the entire army moving out here towards the top side, which means the gold base is exposed. Nice cancel. Nice cancellation. Again, SOS out of position. He's racing on over. A little mine drop here into the natural. Medevac does get away. SOS, he wants to catch the army. Oh, and it looks like he does. And this still might be worth it for SOS if he can catch the medevacs. Yeah, 1 medevac goes down, 2nd medevac as well. Bunny does pull out. And we're getting a little bit messy here. We're getting messy. SOS's fourth base was denied, now taking a regular fourth base instead. But SOS does have map control. Hoping, looking to contain Bunny. From here we're taking up, not into Storm. We have the Bay on the way for Colossus. We all eliminated Colossi. And from here, the game slows down. We're slowing things down. Bonnie, he's building up his third, going for his own double drop. SOS does have a bunch of blind spots here, so he's not fully aware of the move out. He is not quite aware. Does spot the main army. SOS, we got to respond. Okay, he's rotating over. Double jumping to the main. Yo, we got the SCV as well. Snipes the Cybercore. Not bad. Never mind. The Cybercore does survive. Ooh, full medevac goes down. But here comes the main army. And again, SOS is out of position. The expansion is under fire. And it does go down. And Bunny just out positioning SOS. Again, because he wasn't fully aware of the army movement, SOS he had too much supply dedicated towards the south side. And SOS just can't expand. He cannot expand. He just wants a fourth base. Oh my god. And massive mine connections. Oh, but alas, Bunny cannot fight head on. Force the kite back, and he has to get the hell out of here. Does pull out. Does pull out in time. Now we do see SOS going for the southern base. Scan reveals the Nexus. Bunny knows. He's aware. He's still rallying in. Still rallying forward. Once again, SOS has no vision here in the center. SOS is ready here at his natural base. And Bunny should deny the gold. There's a scan.
Your probes are under attack. Base is under attack.
With that, down goes the gold. SOS trying to keep up. And again, Bunny's win condition is just deny the fourth base over and over and over again. Behind this, getting his own fourth base up and running. At this point, Bunny has a greater economy. That's translated here into a larger army. Bunny up in army supply, which is something you never want to see as a Protoss in PvT. Ah. How many Vikings are we at? 8. Decent. 8 Vikings here. We have the Ghost Academy on the way, taking up into Ghost production, getting ready for those EMPs. Bunny has to be careful, has to respect those Colossus. We'll get one. Does better get one Colossus. That's 2 left. Down to 1. Yeah, 1 Colossus remaining, and the Marauders, they can just stim in. They can just stim in. Where are the Zealots? There's not enough support, not enough buffer. The Zealots are across the map, going for the warp in, getting into the mineral line. But the main army does break through. And catching out the Colossus. And from here, Bunny, he can stim, and he can win. He'll kill the 4th base for what, like a 5th time? Across the map, Zealots are being cleaned up. Bunny, he defends. And there's 1 Colossus left, but there's still some Vikings left over as well. Yeah, the Bay goes down tonight. Extendable Lance? Wait, what? At 13 minutes, GG gets called, and Bunny, he will take a lead in the series 2-0. GG. Whew, GG, well played. I didn't realize how late Extendable Lance was in that game. Once again, it feels like it fell by the wayside. It was forgotten. That would have helped quite a bit, actually, keeping the Colossus safe against the Vikings. Unironically, that would have saved a lot of damage and would have sustained a lot less, I should say, against Bunny. But overall, really impressive play out of Bunny. He was just so active, so mobile. As we tried to emphasize multiple times in that game, SOS had a very hard time reading the movement of Bunny's army, whether Bunny was going towards the goal base or towards the top side. SOS was constantly out of position. He had so little vision, so little map awareness, whether it's with spotter units, whether it's with observers or Naga towers. Had a hard time keeping up. GG. GG, well played. And with that, we're getting into game 3. Remember, this is a best of 5. Best of 5, and Bunny is 1 game away from claiming the series. We'll see if he can take it here and now. We'll see if SOS can start the comeback. Again, SOS, he toured Cure, by the way. Like, I still want to know what happened in that series. Like, Cure was heavily favored. For Cure to go down, like, I want to see something here. I want to... What did Cure die for, Pappy? What did he die for? Let's go. Spawning in the bottom right hand corner of 10,000 feet, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the Red Terran representing Team Falcons. It is Bunny. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the blue Protoss player. We have the South Korean Protoss representing Streamer Zone. It is SOS. Let's go. All right, let's go. The chroma shirt, perfect for the background. True. I'm fading away into the abyss, Pappy. Yes, my shirt is green and I have a green screen, so I do blend into the background from time to time. That is true. That is true. Fading away into space. Weirdly enough, Rogue and Trigger are gonna have a rematch in the Lily Cup. Oh, there you go. There you go. We'll have a rematch. Hopefully. I mean, as much as I would want this series to go the distance here, at the same time, I also understand some players have a bit of a time limit just because of Lily Cup. Trigger, Rogue, some others are going to be playing in Lily Cup as well. Trigger and Cure, that's it. Cure's the other one. So hopefully the schedules don't conflict too much. Hopefully. Because we still have the third place match, right? We still have the bronze match after this. It's a very tight schedule. Very tight. Non-stop StarCraft. Non-stop. For now, though, we're settling in once again. Double gas opener out of Bunny. We've seen 2 games in a row now. Bunny committing into Reaper Hellion. Game 1, it wasn't worth it. Game 2, it was. Right? Game 2, remember, Bunny did start the game off by killing 6 probes in the main base of SOS. So we'll see if we can do the same thing again as he's opening up Reaper Hellion. But now, checking the edges of the map, looking for proxies. Last game, SOS went for a 3-gate opener into a delayed Twilight Council. Again, it was a weird start. Game 1, he went for early Robo. Game 3, what do you have for us? Show us what you got. Reaper dips in. Ooh, gets one probe. Gets one and pulls away. Nice start for Bunny. Bunny does pull out. Behind this, getting to zone 111, and oh, never mind. So he doesn't commit too hard this time. Only 1 Hellion. In previous games, he's gone up to 2, like triple Reaper, double Hellion, but here he's going for a faster Widowmine instead. Only 1 Hellion, so less of a commitment. Does mean there'll be additional Widow Mines instead. Oh my god. As the mine does catch a probe. Also have hallucination. As the army does poke in. And once again, do you see what I see? Just like last game, 3-gate. 3-gate opener into, I would imagine, a faster third base. I'm still on the fence about this, just because it gives the Terran player so much freedom early on. But I guess it makes more sense on 10,000 feet. What I'm referring to here is that typically with an early Twilight Council and early Blink, the Protoss player can apply pressure with Blink Stalkers, right? They can apply pressure, they can contain the Terran, they can threaten Blinks into the bases, shut down medevacs. Oh my god. So have a bit of a trade. But by delaying your Twilight Council, you can't really do that. And there it is, fast third. Same build, 2 games in a row. But again, delaying your Twilight Council means that you don't really have much of a presence, but at the same time, specifically on this map, it is difficult to be aggressive with Blink Stalkers. Because of the terrain, rotating between this entrance here in the main base and the entrance at the natural, there's a lot of distance here. A lot of distance, it's really awkward, so that's why it's typically ill-advised to commit too hard into Blink Stalker aggression here on 10,000 feet, as you're quite limited in what you can accomplish. Meanwhile, Bunny does scout the fast third. He's aware. He's aware of the fast third base. Mine drop is coming in, and this time 3 Widow Mines. Remember, this time we only made 1 Hellion, so there's an extra mine instead. And SOS doesn't know. He doesn't know how many mines are inside. Almost 1, almost 2. Still 1 more. Yeah, third mine is dropped. Can we get the sentry? Up. Nice pickup. Does snipe a sentry. And 2 Widow Mines do get away. They barely do get away here. Oh, I spoke too soon. Up. Gets out. Does barely pull out. And not a bad drop here. I was able to scout at least as well. Scouts the natural base, gets eyes on the tech, gets eyes on Twilight Council. Snipes the sentry. And just like last game, we're going to charge and we're going to a big gateway explosion. So again, same build 2 games in a row. I would say that Bunny should be a little bit more defensive this time. If you remember last game, as Reaper dips in, if you remember last game, Bunny's initial move out was shut down. Like, again, SOS, he was able to deal with the first move out, and that's why SOS took the gold base, if you recall, because he dominated that first fight so well, that allowed him to take the gold. Didn't hold on to it in the end. He didn't hold on to it, but that's why he was able to take it initially to begin with. Because of the mass amount of zealots that he had. And we're going to have a lot of gateways, we're going to have a lot of zealots early on. So I don't know how wise it's going to be for Bunny to move out the same way that he did last time. We'll see. SOS setting up a proxy pylon here on the left-hand side. With that, he'll be able to warp in, reinforce. Move out gets spotted by the hallucination. SOS is getting ready. Got a cannon, got a shield battery. Zealots do warping across the map. And back at home, there's no bunker. There's no bunker, there's barely any reinforcements. SOS has potential and he'll slip in. He'll slip in. Ooh. Nice shot goes off, forcing friendly fire. Boys are being pulled, SCVs are going down. This is getting out of hand already here. 5 SCV kills. 7. Yeah, 7, 8, 9. Oh god, this is getting out of hand. 12 SCVs going down. Bunny, he has to commit. And he gets surrounded. He gets surrounded. First tank goes down. There's 1 tank left. Throws down some auto turrets. And Bunny, can he keep going? Can he keep pushing? He can. We gotta keep going. Nah, it's too late. It's too late. So SOS, he's done it. He defends back at home and he attacks across the map. As you mentioned, we saw something very similar last game. Except this time there was a run by at the same time. And SOS is all over Bunny. He's all over him. Again, against these like early charge builds, it's so difficult being aggressive. It's so difficult committing in such a way. Bunny's still going, by the way. He's still pushing. He's rallying. He's rallying across the map at the same time. Zealots will hit the natural. As Bunny, he's being forced into an all-in. Ah, he turns around. Oh, he turns everything around. And look at the worker counts here. Bunny is down to 37 SCVs. That's whole position micro. And that's micro here. Despite that, we'll lose 6 more SCVs. Again, 32 SCVs against the 58 probes of SOS. Bunny, at this point, yeah, recognizing there must be a proxy, does find it. We'll shut it down. But alas, Bunny, he's stumbling his way into the mid-game here. The crippled economy. Bunny does still have a very large army. Like, this army has a lot of potential, of course. But given time, SOS, he's working towards the Bay. Colossus, Blink is finishing up. He's got +1. And to be fair, this is also a little bit on Bunny as well. Like, he kind of autopiloted like the same style he played last game. Did it again. Nice catch on the Stalkers. As we mentioned, like, Bunny still has a massive army. True. But again, the first Colossus is about to pop out. And pre-Colossus, I think he has potential. Another Zealot warping into the main base. Once again, Bunny punished for moving out. Punished for being aggressive. 8 more SCV kills. Oh god. Bunny just has no economy. No. Losing even more. Yeah, 12 more SCVs go down. Oh, bold move. And Bunny, he's going to try to macro. He's going to try to claim his third base, build back up. It's a long road to recovery here. Once again, as he moves out, we have Zealots moving in. I still do feel like Bunny can still win a fight, but only in the near future. Yeah, Scan reveals the fourth base. Bunny recognizing just how far behind he is. It's already the first Colossus. Oh, sorry, now there's 2 Colossi. If there was only one, then maybe. Oh, god. Yeah, as more SCVs go down, the Zealot Rabbis are insane. They just keep getting more down. How many SCVs have gone down this game? 42. More SCVs than there are. The more no. 42 SCVs and there's only 30 SCVs left. Bunny does get an expansion. SOS is out of position. Okay. Similar to last game. True. Where SOS does miss the army movement, but he has 3 Colossus. No shot. He can't take this fight. Yeah, he can just collapse in. Yeah, blink shot forward. Oof. Armor shred goes off. Nice connections. He does shred that armor. SOS collapsing in. One of the Colossus may go down. We're rallying with more Vikings, but the Zealots overwhelm the ground army. And with that, Bunny has almost nothing left. Forced to pick up. Still Colossus left over. And again, this is all that Bunny had. Bunny plummets in supply. It's all he had left. GG gets called and SOS fights back. SOS puts a point on the board. GG. Whew, GG, well played. SOS going for the same build 2 games in a row, but to be fair, there was a bit of a twist. SOS had a proxy. He had a proxy gateway, proxy pylon, so he could backstab any time that Bunny moved out, and he just kept backstabbing. And it was insanely effective here, just non-stop Zealots in the natural and in the main base time and time again. Again, Bunny, he was committed when his move outs, and he was crippled, he was forced into an all-in, but the problem is that SOS was ready for it. Again, going for this early charge and this heavy gateway style does punish move outs, especially tank-based move outs. It's so difficult to be aggressive against a player that opens up like this. You have to be more defensive, and we saw Bunny punish in game 2 and now punish even harder here in game 3. So we gotta calm down. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good to go up against a more charge heavy style, a more gateway, a more like swarm toss heavy style, which is like mass gateway, mass zealots. It doesn't feel good to be defensive and to stay at home and to get a third base and to slowly build up towards a fourth. But that is typically what you need to do here. Doesn't feel good, kind of being stripped away from your kind of map presence and map aggression. But I mean, you saw SOS popped off that. Punishing Bunny. Let's go. Whew. Let us go as we're getting into game number 4 and spawning in the bottom right hand corner here of Winter Madness. We have the South Korean Terran player, the Red Terran, representing Team Falcons, leading the series 2-1 and still 1 game away from claiming this best of 5, this qualifying match. It is Bunny. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the Blue Protoss representing Streamer Zone, putting a point on the board and 1 game away from tying up the series and forcing the ace match. It is SOS. Let's go. Most efficient Zealot run-bys of all time. Yeah, it was brutal. The Zealot run-bys, non-stop Zealots, non-stop run-bys. Again, Bunny, he just wanted to be aggressive. He just wanted to move out, and every single time he was punished. It's like, Bunny, calm down. just chill. Stay home. Macro up. Just wants to hop around. As we are getting into our openers, and we'll keep an eye on SOS. We'll see if he goes for the same build. We'll see if he goes into a 3-gate opener, into a fast third Nexus. He's done so twice now. Personally, I'm not fond of the idea of doing this again. We are loading into Winter Madness. Winter Madness is a larger map in the map pool, larger map, longer rush distance by ground. The likelihood of Bunny being aggressive is lessened. There's a lower chance of that happening. So I don't know if there's as much value going into early charge in such a way. As for the first time this series, do you see what I see? Economic opener. Ranks expand. Every game up until this point has been double gas. Double gas openers for 3 games in a row going into Reaper Hellion. This time, ranks expand. So much more economic starts. We should be seeing SOS adapt and adjust. Eyes are on this probe. Hello. Have my attention. Gate expanded to Cybercore. I'm curious if SOS is just hiding this probe for a rescout or if he does plan on going for a proxy pylon. Curious. Reaper pokes in. Twilight Council back at home. Okay, a Twilight Council opener. If we throw down a pylon, there's a high chance we proxy a Dark Shrine. Rescout. Okay. Going for never mind. Going for the pylon. What looks to be proxy Dark Shrine out of SOS. At the same time, Bunny going for the proxy starport. Okay, let's go, baby, let's go. Everyone's proxying. The initial adept does poke in. We do have reactor to Hellion, and why is that? Because this should be proxy starport into medevac into Hellion drop into the main. How many Hellions does it take to one-shot a probe? 3. 3 Hellions to one-shot a worker. We're building up to 4. And we're about to get rowdy. We're about to get rowdy. Now, seeing the reactor to Hellion is already a bit of a tell, right? Like, typically, you would not be reacting at Hellions at this stage of the game off of this kind of opener. So SOS should be walling up. Should be getting ready with this SimCity. It's Gateway, Robo. Yep, safety shield battery as well. Dark Shrine is getting up to halfway done. No battery in the main base. There is a probe on patrol. And here comes that drop. And how quickly does SOS react? He has 2 Stalkers, he has 2 Adepts. Here we go. With the Hellions, they load up, they're busting into the main. And how many probes will go down? What gets roasted? Hellions are revealed. SOS, he pulls the hell out of the main. Nice reactions. Yeah, he pulls out minimal damage. It is going to be 6 probe kills, which is a good amount of damage, don't get me wrong. But could have been worse. This could have been game. 7 probes go down, and now it's time for SOS. Now it's SOS's turn. Dark Shrine is done, warping in 2 DTs. How many scans do we have? Currently 0. There's currently no scans. The main base just muled. The natural does have a little bit more energy, needs a little bit more time, and we'll have 1 scan available. Oh no! Oh, the Hellions, they bust in! They bust into the natural. Probes are going down. They're getting roasted. They are getting roasted as we speak. 10 more probe kills. SOS is crippled. And do we mule? There's 1 scan. There's 1 scan available. Does he notice? No! He still has the scan, but he does not notice the DTs. And there's our scan. There's our first scan. DT does get away. No, no shot. Yeah, it does get out of range. Meanwhile, second DT's in the main base. Currently, there's still 1 more scan. Hellions are still popping up. And we're getting rowdy. We're getting rowdy. There's too many DTs. There's only 1 scan. Oh my god. Kills 1. Kills 1 Dark Templar. There's still 1 more in the main base. There's still 1 outside of the natural. And now there is 0 scans left. There's no eBay. There's no turrets. There's no scans. There's no detection. No shot. There's nothing. Sorry, the eBay's done. No, the turret is killed. More damage. 11, 12, 13 SCV kills. Turret's on the way. The turret is going to be denied. Still no mining. There's soon going to be 1 scan. Okay, 1 scan. There's 1 scan available. Ah, he just away. He just walks out of scan range. Oh no. He needs that turret to finish. He needs it to finish, otherwise that's game. He has to protect. No, the DT gets in. Yeah, DT gets in. Turret will not complete. That's a kill. That's a kill on the turret, and that's game. Like, what can we do? There's soon going to be 1 more scan, but this is critical damage. Ay, ay, ay. There it is. There's a scan. There's still 2 DTs. Turret's on the way. Once again, if SOS can get on top of the turret, he gets in. No, he gets on top of the turret. He just can't finish. GG gets called. And SOS, he will tie up the series by going to the ace match. GG. Clown Fiesta, papi. The Invisible Man is pretty good. It's pretty good. The Invisible Man, I mean, again, Bunny, he was doing a lot of damage across the map. He killed so many pros with his Hellions, but alas, he had no detection. He had limited scans, very, very limited scans. Whenever he had one scan, SOS, he just walk away. He just walk away from the scan, and alas, SOS just had to make sure that the turret did not finish. Just had to make sure the turret never completed, never finished. No detection. GG. GG, well played. We're getting into the ace match. No shot SOS takes it from here. I mean, he could. He's... See in the YouTube chat. Another trigger of Rogue series today? Yes, yes, there is. Oh. But here we go, spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Tourmaline. We have the South Korean Terran player. We have the Red Terran representing Team Falcons. He was up 2-0, by the way. He was up 2-0, and now he is being forced into the ace match. Can he bring it back? Can he bring it home? It is Bunny. Bunny. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Protoss player. We have the South Korean Protoss representing Streamer Zone. Can he pull off the reverse sweep, winning 2 games in a row, forcing the ace match? It is SOS. Hi. Yo, Este Promo in the chat. God, good to see you. Good to see you. Been a long time. Hope you're taking care, papi. Hope you're taking care. But yes, SOS never changes. I mean, specifically in this matchup, he has been very crazy when it comes to his builds. Remember, game 1, we had Robo first. We had Robo into Fast Colossus, which again is very out of meta nowadays. It's very old school. Then we had non-stop 3-gate openers into faster third bases, into early charge, which was catching Bunny off guard. And then, of course, last game we had Proxy, Dark Shrine. What about game 5? What do you have for us here in game 5? So far, gate expand. So far, everything's looking normal. We'll see what tech structure we go for, if any at all. Now, bearing in mind, welcome one and all to Tourmaline. Tourmaline is one of the smallest maps in the map pool. Aggression is heavily favored on Tourmaline. This goes both ways. We have yet to see the Terran player here go for an all-in. We haven't seen a 2-base all-in yet, but 2-base all-ins are quite prevalent here on Tourmaline. We'll see how Bunny does approach this. Already, double gas opener, faster factory. Bunny going back to Reaper Hellion. Does fall back to it. So now Bunny's going for a delayed expansion. Technically, this can lead into a 1-base all-in, but I would expect that out of players like Ryung, Gumiho, Oliveira. Back in the day. Yeah, Bunny will expand. Just checking for proxies, don't blame him. Making sure there's no pylon setup. My eyes are mainly here on SOS. GG, that's my boy. He does know how to play Protoss. True. SOS. He knows how to make use of his tools, Pat. True. As once again we have a second gateway, and we're expecting a third gateway, but no shot we go 3 gates into a fast third on Tourmaline. No shot. Hellion breaks in. Behind the setting up for his mind drop follow-up. How many Hellions did he make? Only 1. Okay, only 1 Hellion, so going to be switching up and getting into, I believe, a triple mind drop. Did see this a couple of games ago. 2 games ago. Bunny's looking for a way in, and yep, we just see SOS is going for the same build. He's going 3-gate. So 3-gate into a fast third Nexus. A very greedy build here, especially on Tourmaline. I'm not entirely convinced, but depending on the timings and depending on when charge finishes, it might be fine even against an all-in.
Paused.
As we do have a bit of a pause. Hopefully everything's okay. Oh. Meanwhile, behind this, we're just getting to a standard follow-up here. Second ranks, getting to Bio Tank. Tech Lab is on the way, most likely into Raven production. And again, just to re-emphasize, we have 3 gates into a fast third Nexus. Most likely into a Twilight Council, into Charge. And this is designed to punish and shut down tank pushes. We saw this happen in Game 2 and Game 3 of this series. Was Bunny being overly aggressive. We saw it on 10,000 feet, of course. He was punished for his move-outs. And I'm hoping that Bunny takes a different approach this time. Takes a different approach. Yeah. Whew, aye. Otherwise, hope you're all enjoying yourselves. Hope you're doing well. Again, more than happy to wait here. Looks like something did come up here for SOS. More than happy to wait. Bearing in mind, there's still one more series after this. Still one more series.
Game resumed.
So SOS is back. Good to go. Here comes the mine drop into the natural. Only 2 Widow Mines. Okay, double Widow Mine here towards the natural. Reaper Hellion towards the third. Mine drop comes in, and SOS, he does react. Does pull away. Meanwhile, the medevac does get eyes on the delayed Twilight Council. So Bunny, he's now aware of the build. He knows. He's seen it twice in this series already. And we'll see how he responds. I feel like we need a more extreme response here from Bunny. Either double down and throw down 2 more Maxes and just commit, or just get a faster third CC. And chill back at home. Reaper Hellion does dip into the main. Charge is being researched. We have the Forger +1. He's just rescouting, reconfirming. Oh, okay. We do have extra. Oh, never mind. I was gonna say we have earlier gases. That is different, but it was a fake out actually. SOS reveals gases. Gases would have been more indicative of earlier tech, of a greedier follow-up, getting into either a storm or getting into a bay. Seeing those gases might prompt Bunny to push. We can see that there are no gases. There's a massive gateway explosion. Instead, it's going to be mass zealots, and SOS, he wants Bunny to push. He wants him to move in. The mind games, baby. The mind games. So I'm a little bit concerned for Bunny. A little bit concerned. SOS is checking for a third CC. Pokes in. No command center. He sees the move out as well. He knows. And SOS needs to get ready. He has to get ready back at home. We have batteries on the way. Cannons as well. Here comes the move out. Remember, SOS wanted this, but can he deal with it? So far, he only has 7 zealots. He needs more. He needs more warpins. Bunny does get a faster third CC behind this, so I do appreciate that at least. He's getting a faster follow-up. He gets spotted. So he wants those tanks. He does move in. First tank goes down. He gets both. Yeah, he gets both tanks. Medevac gets right away as well. That's big goes here by SOS. As he pulls away, needs extra warpins. Where are the zealots? Here they come. Warping in 6 zealots. And Bunny cannot push in. He cannot push forward, not into this kind of army. Mine drops, they do pop off. It's easy connection. And Bunny has to pull back. And once again, we have a proxy pylon. This time only a pylon, no gateway. You can see here that SOS is attempting to set up for a run by. But claims a 4th base, and honestly, SOS is looking solid so far. So far, at least. The saving grace is that this time, Bunny came back home. Remember, for the last couple of times we had this game, this kind of game state, it was on Title Citadel and also on 10,000 feet. Bunny kept pushing, and he lost his bio arm. He lost his bio composition trying to force his way into the bases. This time, he only lost his tanks. And a medevac. So Bunny, he's retained his army. As he expands, we have zealots here to punish. which I believe Bunny's now aware of. Scans for the 4th base. And SOS, do we counterattack? Do we hit the mineral line, or do we try to surround? SOS out of position. Oh, we've been here before. He just now spots the army. Yeah, Bunny trying to react. Sorry, SOS trying to react. 4th base is cancelled. Nice pickup. So I'll say hit the 3rd base, but this time Bunny's in position. He's ready for it. Let's go. Bunny's ready for the run by. Denies the 4th base. SOS out of position. Scans for the backup 4th. Bunny's in control. And again, he's retained the army from the early game, and now he's got a massive army supply lead. And he's got the supply lead, punishing, bullying back SOS. And SOS cannot expand. He's trying to, though. Takes the northern base. And once again, what I appreciate here by Bunny is that Bunny, he's not pushing into the 3rd. He's avoiding any kind of main army engagement. Does avoid it. Pokes in, kills the 4th base, pulls away, rotates. And again, he's retaining that army. It's building up over time. Scouts the 4th. Bunny does make his way over. Speaking of, Bunny's getting a 4th CC. Again, he's building up into a longer macro game. Does find the Zealot run by. At the same time, we have another run by here towards the 3rd. Oh, this time Bunny's out of position. As I'll say, a move into the depot though. Does give Bunny some time. Lets him react. This Bunny does keep pushing in. Remember, there's no splash damage, not yet. First Colossus is on the way. Bunny, he defends back at home. Yeah, he does defend. Another run by hits the natural. Again, Bunny, he has enough to hold on. Zealots, they just keep going in, but again, this time they're not getting any value here. Yeah, this time these Zealots are a waste. Yeah, the Warpins have been a little bit more wasteful this time. Bunny, he's adapted. He's gotten wind of SOS's style. There it is. Forces another cancel. SOS cannot expand. He can't get a 4th. It's not happening. Bunny, he even already has a couple of Vikings. And SOS, he wants that fight. Gonna be committing in. Bunny's maxed out. Ooh, nice force fields locking down the Marines. That's a lot of Marines falling. Yeah, Bunny has to get out of here. Very rough fight. Oof. But he does after the clay. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. He does get one though. Gets one Colossus. Ay, ay, ay. An expensive trade here, but hey, Bunny, he already has his 3rd base, now getting his 4th base up and running. He traded with the army, got a Colossus, does evacuate with at least some of his army, and Bunny's still ahead. Bunny still has much more to work with. Still retains his army. And unlike Bunny, SOS can't afford these losses. SOS doesn't have a 4th. Still on the way. Nice pickup. Gets a medevac. Thankfully, because of this aggression, SOS, he can keep Bunny busy. So he's keeping him pinned back at home. While SOS finally expands. There's a scan. Yep, confirms the 4th base. Bunny's now aware, but he can't do anything about it. Colossi, they poke in. Poke in, they swipe away at the army. We have a 2nd starport on the way for Bunny. Trying to build up more Vikings. And the Colossus, they're a problem. Still only 6 Vikings. Only 6. Oh. Well, SOS does catch a Viking. Nice pickup. Now, SOS, he has to be a little bit careful here. Once the Viking gun gets a little bit higher, then Bunny can break out and he can dive. And SOS shouldn't be here for that. Nice wipes, gets 4 CV kills. denies mining at the planetary. Bunny soon will have 9 Vikings. And Bunny's maxing out. And again, I feel like SOS is overstaying his welcome here. EP lands. It does land the EP. Bunny does chase. Yeah, he rushes on forward here. We do have us around with the Zealots. Attempt to surround. Nice mine connections. And mines they pop up. Does pick up 1 Colossus. Only 1. Only 1 Colossus goes down. Depowers the gateways. Still tense. Yeah, still quite tense here. SOS switching to disruptors. Disruptors are on the way. 5th base is on the way as well. SOS, he does maintain this position. True. Does maintain. Which again means that he can just keep Bunny busy at home. Allows SOS to get a 5th. SOS regaining control. Tries to catch out Bunny. Still a very low disruptor count. He's got 2 disruptors so far. Does mix in a couple of Archons. CP lands. Ooh, decent connection. And over goes up with the Vikings. They just go to town on the Colossus. Both Colossus do fall. No more splash damage. And Bunny can sim. Yeah, he can just step on forward. He can just chase SOS down. SOS did overstay his welcome. Also the Colossus. Likewise beating up the Disruptors as well. Losing both Disruptors. And now there's nothing left. Now there's just a Gateway army. There's no backbone here. There's no high-tech units. And behind this, unfortunately, there's no gases. Again, there's no gases here at the natural. We have 2 gases at the 3rd base, no gases at the 4th. So replenishing and replacing those Colossus, they're expensive. They're expensive, man. SOS doesn't have the gas to spare. And Bunny, he should be the first to max out. From here, he's just refining his composition. Fusion Core, Liberators are on the way. Guys got more Ghosts, more EMPs. Again, Bunny just perfecting that army. SOS, he's still got a lot of rebuilding to do. It's mainly a Zealot composition left over. Mainly Zealots. We could base trade, which would be best case scenario here for SOS. Potentially. If Bunny turns back around. SOS does hits. So does Bunny. We're trading bases. Trading bases, trading expansions. Again, in a longer game, SOS will be outscaled. Nice little run by here at the Northern Expansion. Very nice. And we commit. we gotta commit. Send it, Pappy, send it. SOS, he does take down the planetary. 3 bases gonna be going down. SOS still has mining. I can't say the same for Bunny. Bunny has no more economy. Now pushing further into the main. Wastes DPS. He's on A move. Yeah, Bunny is distracted. He's setting up in his main. Setting up his Liberators. Setting up his Ghosts. That does slow Bunny down. He's scanning. Boys are evacuated. But I don't know if SOS can actually push into the main. Don't know if he can move in. Likewise, I think I do favor Bunny in a head-on fight. And looks like SOS, he's thinking about turning around. Where are we headed? Oh god, oh, he goes in! Yeah, it does push off the ramp. Liberator does go down. And Bunny just making a stand here, trading as best he can. Eventually he's going to be overwhelmed. He's going to be overwhelmed. Does evacuate with 1 medevac. We got the Great Migration, does evacuate the main. But alas, when it comes to the main army clashes, I still do favor Bunny. Bunny still has a massive army. Now collapsing on the final mining base. SOS, he can afford another Nexus. Probes are in the center of the map. Buildings, they float away. Bunny is safe. And it's going to be on Bunny to hunt down that final Nexus. I say that, he really wants to fight the main army. He wants that main fight. SOS does expand top left. Bearing in mind the Bunny, he can always land the CC and start muling. Speaking of, there it is. So Bunny still has an economy. Catching out the Stalkers. Gets one. Takes off one Stalker. Oof. EMP lands. The other scary thing here is that the Stalkers are kind of pulling back towards the final Nexus. There's the scan. Yep, does find the final base. We got 7 Ghosts, 7 Vikings as well. EMPs, they shut down all the Zealots. They shut down the shield batteries as well. Yeah, despite all the batteries, they cannot help. Vikings, they catch out the Colossus. There's one Colossus left, and Bunny, he can just overwhelm. He can just overwhelm. He can just shut this down. He can chase. He can give chase. Oof. And again, the base trade was this was the best chance here for SOS. It was the best chance to sneak out a win. Was to go for the base trade. And hey, he made it close as he could. But he could never fight head on. He could never fight the main army. He could never clash with Bunny. Oof. At least not with everything together at once. SOS is getting out of here. He's gonna try to kite, but the Vikings are catching up. Mass EMP, GG gets called, and Bunny, he will claim the series 3-2, and Bunny will qualify for this season's RSL. GG. GG, well played. Bunny, he will claim the series. SOS, he did force the ace match, bring us all the way to game number 5, but Bunny looked very impressive in this final game. I did appreciate that it did seem like Bunny, he learned from their previous encounters, from their previous games. Bunny, he was able to adapt, able to be a little bit more conservative with his drop play, with his bio army as well. Remember, Bunny, he still went for the same response, going for the tank push, and he was caught out. He lost 2 tanks in the center of the map, but unlike the previous games, Bunny, he retained his bio army. He respected it, he pulled away, he backed off, he raced back home. Because of that, he was able to shut down the Zealot round buys. We had a lot of Zealot round buys attempted, and they weren't worth it. They were shut down time and time again. With that, Bunny, he was just building up his army, a more cost-efficient army. We saw that SOS was a little bit wasteful when it came to those Zealots, and SOS just could not claim a 4th base. He tried time and time again to get a 4th base, but Bunny was there to shut it down, and Bunny instead took the economic lead over SOS. SOS had a bit of a back and forth in the mid-game. If you remember, I'm referring to the moment when SOS was in position with the Colossus, denying mining at the Planetary. It was nice. Like SOS, he was killing some SCVs, he was trading somewhat, but he overstayed his welcome. We spoke about it, but he did stick around too long. Eventually, he got surrounded, he got shut down, and he lost all the Colossus, all the Disruptors. He lost everything there out in the open, out in Tourmaline. GG. GG, well played. With that, congratulations. Bunny does claim the series, and we have 1 qualifying match left. 1 more series, 1 more matchup. It's going to be SOS versus Rogue in a ZVP. Let's go. For now, we're going to be cutting to a very short break. And when we come back, we'll have one final best of 5. We'll see you soon after the break. See you soon. Bye. See you soon.